Hello everyone and welcome to Werven's World. Today I would like to give you 5 tips to help you increase your revenue in Anno 2205. This game has a lot of ways to make money, but it has even way more ways to lose money, so I thought I would put together a video containing 5 tips to help you increase your revenue. So let's get started. Tip number 1 is be sure to use smaller trade routes instead of big ones whenever possible. For example, let's say I would like to transfer some neuro implants from the Arctic to the temperate region. I could do a new transfer route. I could click on the neuro implants, click here, click there. And then as you can see here, I could transfer 5 now for 200, because 200 is a small icebreaker and upkeep cost is 200 and it can transfer up to 20 units. So let's say I need to transfer 21 units. Then suddenly I need to use the medium icebreaker, which costs me 1000 upkeep, which is quite a bit more, even though I only have 1 extra neuro implant to transfer. So what's better to do is, instead of using this medium icebreaker, is to use multiple trade routes with a small icebreaker. For example, here I have 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 15 is 75 neuro implants going from the Arctic to the temperate region, and this only cost me 4 times 200 is 800 upkeep instead of 1000 that I would have been paying if I would use the medium icebreaker. Of course, once I need the medium icebreaker, I can use it, but for now it's way better to break it up into smaller pieces and save a lot of money that way. Tip number 2 is also about trade routes, and that's because trading from the moon is very, very expensive. It costs you 3000 just for a small ship, basically to bring some stuff. And as you can see here, I'm bringing 20 rare elements here to Walbrook Basin. However, I could, if I needed them as well in Cape Ambar, I could make another trade route, which would cost me another 3000. Or I can just redirect it, so I can send these rare earth elements from here to there, and then it only cost me 50 credits to send up to 20 units. So basically it's better to send one load to one place and then spread it out all over Earth instead of making separate trade routes all over, because you'll be saving yourself a lot of money that way. Tip number 3 is be sure to use finance calculators on energy producing buildings. So as you might know, each factory can use modules to either decrease the workforce maintenance, the energy maintenance, or the logistics maintenance. However, the energy buildings, they have another thing, which is the finance calculator, and that reduces credit maintenance. And that can be extremely useful. For example, now I spent 7500 upkeep on this fusion reactor. However, if I use the finance calculator on it, then I'm only spending 3750. So suddenly I'm just making 3000 more than I used to just by using these modules. So you can use that on any energy generating building. For example, here are sun panels, and I also use these. You can do that on windmills as well. Basically anything that produces energy can use these finance calculators, and it will save you a lot of money. Tip number 4 is to use modules instead of extra building, because it will save you a lot of money as well. Let's say I needed 8 wine. Well, I could either build 2 vineyards, because 1 vineyard will make 4 wine, and if I build 2, then I have 8 wine. And that will cost me 600 money, because I have 2 of them, as well as some electricity, logistics, and people. I could also build modules, which increase my productivity with a certain percentage, while increasing my maintenance cost with less of a percentage. So if I wanted to make 8 wine, I need to build 2 vineyard terraces, because only 1 increases my productivity by 50%, and I need to increase it by 100% to get to 8 wine. So build 2. Now I make 8 wine, and I only pay 450 credits now, instead of the 600 I would have paid if I would have used 2 vineyards. And this is also true for the amount of people and the energy as well as logistics. So basically by using those modules, you will be saving yourself a lot of money. Tip number 5 is, if you need more money, be sure to focus on the temperate zone mostly to make people happy, because there the people can level up a bunch of times, and the highest level can generate a lot of money for you. For example, here these are generating more than 3,500 credits, while in for example, the lunar zone, the highest level of building gives you, I think it is 164 credits. So, well, these they basically just generate like 30 times as much. So if the people in the temperate zone are happy, you will be making money. The other zones will probably not really start making you money, because if you look here at the credit fluctuation, this one here at the moment gives me 184,000, while the Arctic as well as the lunar actually just cost me money. So if you want to increase your revenue, mostly focus on a temperate zone. So these were my 5 tips for making more money in Anno 2205. I hope you find them useful and see you next time.